Alright, everyone, welcome back to the stream. Give me one moment so I can go ahead and share this link around as usual, and I'll be right with you guys. Alright, everyone, welcome back to the stream. How's it been going for everyone? I have been working a bit longer today on trying to get further on these comic pages, and a little bit of yesterday as well. So I'm a little bit further when it comes to the drawing, but I still got a bunch of inking to do. And I'm gonna still try and make this, this deadline of finishing all the chapters of this, all the pages of this chapter this month. So I still got, what I got, like 5 pages I think to ink at this point. Let me think, because I drew a new one today because I didn't like the way the ending was, and I thought it'd be fun to have some other drawing. But let me think. I drew one. I inked that. I used that for the thumbnail, and then there was one beside that. It's a left page, and then there's right, left, and then there's right. So yeah, it's 3 more pages right there. So that's about 4. I got 4 more pages to ink, at least. And there's always more stuff to do as far as not necessarily the text, but the sound effects and stuff. But yeah, how you guys doing? You guys are doing well, doing good on your projects and whatnot. I don't think I've checked out anything too new recently. So, yeah. But so here's kind of a snippet of like what I worked on. I like it a bunch. I think it's cool. I think it works pretty well. There's some things I want to change here and there, but by and large, is that a term? I've never used that term actually. But I like it so far. I like what I've gotten out of this pose. I still want to adjust some line work on the hand that's like at the top. But for the most part, I like it. It's pretty decent. It feels like a combination of like things that I've done recently. Not recently, but in previous chapters. I had Halo like suplex somebody, which kind of had like this motion to it. I've also had Makeem dodge a kick of Halos, and the kick pose felt similar to this one, which is fine because that's pretty cool that that's on brand. So I feel like it's a good feeling to this one. But yeah, I went ahead and sketched out this other page over here, where you know, the kick has kind of gone past a bit. She kind of starts hitting the backflip, flips in the air, lands, says something. I want to have like an abrupt like thing happen on this piece of dialogue here, and then her get kind of rushed and kind of kicked here. And then there's like this little action sequence where you guys are missing some lines here actually, because I don't have that whatchamacallit on. What is it called? I don't have this panel on, right? But she gets rushed or whatever, and then she gets kicked. Hey man, I'm streaming. How's it going? Hey man. Mm-hmm. Oh, word. Let me turn your volume on. And yeah. I'm doing fine. I am doing okay. Alright, your volume is on now. The chat can hear you.
Hello, chat. This is your boy, the one and only, the Crocodile, the best in the business. How y'all doing?
But I've been doing okay. I've been just kind of working, trying to get things going, and get more things done. Trying to meet this deadline or whatever of getting all these pages done for this chapter by the end of this month.
Oh, word.
And it's been difficult, but I feel like by just trying to do it, I'll be able to actually do it. So
It's real. That is so real. Um,
mm-hmm.
no, I'm happy to hear that from you, man.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see you working in comics.
Oh, thanks, man.
Why is your volume suddenly lower now? I can barely hear you.
I don't know. Oh, I
Or
did
my
lean back. I did lean back in
no,
the
no, no,
chair.
it was me. My that machine that I use
Ah.
headset. It was turned down.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was kind of going over this little panel, little sequence, kind of showing people what I was working on so far. But
Oh,
oh,
I
you cool?
can actually open the stream so I can look at it too.
Oh, but yeah, like on this third joint, I have like it's not like a montage, but I guess you can look at it as like that. But it's a little action sequence where, after she gets kicked, I kind of want her to kind of it's kind of alluded to that she hits the ground, but then she kind of pops up off of it when he tries to do a trip, and then I want her to kind of land and then sprint forward. So that I'm not proud of that sequence right there because it's a good idea, but it's not perfect yet, and I have problems with it. So I'm gonna be kind of coming back to that one, fixing it up. And the good part is it's small and has a lot of small poses, so I don't need to like do too much when it comes to like detailing things. I just need to hit the poses correctly and arrange them properly, and it'll all read well. So I don't need to worry too much about that. So I can come back to that. Every other panel kind of works already and can already be improved from where they are. And also like the end panel, I think it reminds me of something. That's funny. I think Adele, you did a panel that has a similar feel to the last panel with the pose that I chose. But yeah, I want her to kind of sprint forward and start attacking Halo. And these other pages that I've kind of sketched out kind of feel like they're further along than even this one, because I don't know, I was having a lot of fun just coming up with the other ones, kind of roughing those out.
Well, I mean, it's because you're a action comic artist that didn't get a chance to start doing the real action you were trying to allude to with all your other shit because you need to set it up. You finally get a chance to play around, which means this shit is hard.
Ah, I understand that. I feel it. What happened to
Yeah,
that?
I looked at that kick pan. I'm like, oh man, this nigga Chris is locking in. He
Mm,
is. Pardon my French, my friends,
mm,
but I'm black, so I will use my privilege.
mm.
Anyways, that was a message to your little stream audience.
Yeah,
But yeah, looking at that kick pan, I was like, yeah, that dude Chris is cooking, and I'm like, I'm loving it. But
word.
you know, really my vacation to be approved because that was my plan next week. I was just gonna work on some V metal stuff.
Okay. Sorry that
Um,
this stuff has been freaking happening to you as far as this, our president and the things that are going on with, financial aid and everything like that, man. Uh,
I'd just say
it's
it's
been
a
rough.
funny, weird timing, and of course, I only blame the one and only Mr. Trump.
Yeah. How's it going, Sappho? Thanks for stopping by.
Nice, Safa.
But yeah, I don't know what's up with dude. I mean, we all know what's up with dude. Like, we know, and it's almost like he's on a mission to show us he's worse or something. Like I'm on the same stuff I was on before. I'm moving, you know,
Pastor.
yeah, I'm moving way faster because, as Carly was saying, less resistance to stop the dude. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much over.
Hope we're
But
doing okay.
I'm not gonna be defeatist about it.
Yeah.
Um, I think the American people will find a way, like they always have. But genuinely speaking, um, there is going to be a huge shift in the global economy,
Yep.
you know, and that's a really fun thing to think about because I never thought the day would come in my lifetime where, America would change dramatically. But then again, when you look at history, it happens all the time. So I was a fool because every time you live is a period of history. So
Mmm.
unfortunately, we do get to this point where it seems like we're entering a final arc. In all
Bars.
honesty,
Mm-hmm.
I think I just lost this game in this game. Oh no, I'm just so I have Marvel Snap open. I thought I was in the match.
Yo, you got Marvel Snap. I thought that joint was what was it taken away from the
No,
store.
sir. They brought it back after a little while, and the moment they brought it back, I re-downloaded it and started playing again. But it was really hard to get back into it. I got Keenan to build me a new deck because he's really good at the game,
Mm.
and then started just kind of grinding. It's really, it's really easy to play games like this while I'm working.
Mm.
'Cause I don't have to think. I just have to do, and I have to do a lot of doing at work. So sometimes, it's a little hard.
Yeah.
So, card games, I think about that you know, eating breakfast. So, you know, I'm gonna be thinking about. I don't have to think too much about playing a card game because I make my strategies ahead of time. Like I just see certain cards and I'm seeing like requirement met, and then I just do that.
Uh,
Right. That's how I play card games. Is how I always played it. Right. Because there is something you're trying to do, and you're trying to set it up. And when you set it up, you want to make sure that no one can stop you from setting it up. That is a strategy in every card game. It's just how fast can you do it is dependent on certain cards and where the meta want to be right now. That's like all card games, right?
yeah.
And this is still a comic book stream. So ignoring how this is straight up about card games right now, you know, easy money.
Look,
Don't gotta think about it.
we can talk about whatever. I mean, yeah, man. I understand. Speaking of
Understand, man.
card games, come on, man. Anyway, speaking of card games, um, Teppen has, well, it's kind of
Hope you're
late
doing
now,
okay,
but
Sappho.
what's up?
Sappho said a thingy, and she said, "I hope you guys are doing okay." And I'm just agreeing. I
Oh
hope she's
yeah,
doing okay too.
I hope you're doing okay as well, Sappho. It's
Yeah,
crazy out here, but the Teppen has given out a pack recently, as a reward for I guess playing the game a certain amount, which it's over now. It was yesterday, because I
yeah.
reached the end of the reward, whatever. And basically, they're giving out like five legendary cards in the pack. And I thought to
Okay.
myself, oh, that's pretty cool. And I still feel like, man, it'd be better. And maybe it's not necessarily better, but like, it'd be cool if like you gave us like, yo, give me five skins. Now I know that sounds insane, right? But like, it's so difficult to get a skin in Teppen.
Yeah, it really is. You can't just buy it outright. And honestly, I think
I would have bought them.
it would have been done. It's not hard. It's free money. Also, I don't know. Capcom, I think they forgot that game exists.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point, honestly. I wouldn't be. But
Like,
games still, it's like a part of me. Every time I want to say that something's good, my brain's like, yo, we can scrutinize that. And I'm like, ah, crap. Like, I mean, game is good because I still play it, and I wouldn't play it if it was like bad, bad. But there are things that I would change. There are things that I would change.
I'm truly a believer that Tekken is, in fact, the best card game ever made, except it doesn't have a vertical version. And that's my problem with Tekken. I
Hmm.
truly believe if you want someone to play any game on your phone, making it horizontal is a commitment for a game where I'm supposed to pop in and pop out. So with Tekken, amazing game. It feels so good. Why couldn't it have worked vertically? Why couldn't I have played it with one hand type shit? Right?
Yeah.
So, because like, who the fuck wants to hold their phone with both their hands all the time? Right? I got big hands, so maybe this is not a problem for like other people,
Huh.
but for me, you know, big phones were small in my hands. So holding it sideways is just a commitment that I'm not willing to do if I could just hold it vertically.
Yeah.
So plus, most people hold their phone with one hand anyways. It's just
Hmm.
how the way it works.
Well, they
So
hold it with one hand, but well, I get what you mean. You hold it one hand, but if you're doing anything interesting on your phone, you're definitely touching it with both hands.
like
You
my
know?
thing is there's not a lot of things I would find interesting on the phone because I would rather do it on a computer,
Okay.
right? So if I am going to do that and I'm not like texting or something like that, I mean voice calling, even if I'm voice calling, I wouldn't even like use a phone horizontally. I only use it when I'm doing stuff with movies, and that's it.
Mm.
If I'm watching something, maybe. Otherwise, fuck ass no. But that's like my issue, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think Tekken would have been the best game ever if it simply just made itself vertical. But it's not, and that is just what it is. Every game cannot be perfect, but they can attempt to do it. And I don't think Tekken style exactly is the requirement to be the best card game of all time, but it's a great start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's still fun to play, but I do have I do have my qualms, and that being one of my biggest qualms. Look, I play red a lot, but I also pay attention to other colors, and it
Mm-hmm.
just dawns on me over and over every season. Don't even ask me. Ask the people who start tepping, get into it, realize what the meta is, and then they fall off. Ask them what was probably the top thing at that time, if not really good at the time. I
Sure.
feel like, yeah, green is always to me top two, if not top one. And it's like it makes so much sense when you realize what their meta is supposed to be. But the problem
Defense.
is, huh?
Defense.
It's defense, yes, and it's also defense in general, right? And in a
Yeah.
game where you have to place a card on the field, and the card gets to have a strong defense, everything else you can almost say you build the game around how impactful field stuff is. Because if anything gets too powerful, it's because it controls the field, right? And
Yeah.
they nerfed red because red had the ability to go around the field stuff. They nerfed red because you could just say, hey, because I activated these action cards during the game, I get to hit your life points for like free, unless you negate this card's activation, which understandable. But like they nerfed it so hard that it became a non-factor. Nobody played it anymore. So what does that mean? Everybody's playing again? Just field.
Green.
And then if the field is just green, then like I don't know, man. And I also look at how things go against their own gimmicks. Like green is supposed to be defense, but it has some of the best action card buffs in the game ever. Like it'll be like, oh, this cost me one or two, but like my card gets everything on my field gets pierced, and they go up by four attack. And I'll be just sitting there like, God, why? What did I do to deserve this? Like I look like the Kratos meme where I'm looking Ares, like, please, like
I'm
nerf,
buffing these niggas in my life is
like
yours.
yo, nerf green, and my life is yours, and it's like it doesn't matter. They're gonna come back with some bullcrap, you know. They're gonna come back with something, and still be broken. Um, Playing the color black in the game is also funny because they are supposed to be, they got like revenge and stuff comes back, stronger and cost less, which I think everything should play like that. Honestly, everything should have a little mechanic like that. That sounds freaking great. There's no downside to that when you're playing on the field. There's just
Mm-hmm.
you don't get to deck out from it. Run out of the cards. A resource that comes back and still useful to you, and it's even faster being a resource to you. That's fantastic. You never wanted to be in a match too long with someone who's playing black. So that's great. But then they add the mechanic where they're like, oh, you sacrifice some of your life points to get a buff. And I thought to myself, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Like that kind of offsets the whole like having a card that comes back to your deck that you get to draw again type thing, cuz now you have less resource of life points, right? To play with. Nope, then they played with that one and it was like, "You know what? We're going to allow black to heal." And I was like, "Come on, man, pick one. You can't tell me that you're sacrificing 4 life points to play this card, but also when this other card dies, you gain 4 life points back." Come on, man. Like that's too
Look,
many. That's too much to deal with there. Because then you start sacrificing your own cards, and you're back at 30. And I'm like, all right, we playing a different game here. But it's still interesting. It's very engaging. It's a very fun game, and I still like it and still play it every now and then.
yeah, but it'll never work as a vertical format. This wouldn't flow well. But I admire the game a lot,
Mm,
and I would love to go play it back again if I ever get a change of job that would allow me to.
yeah.
Um, like I would lock back the fucking super super duper hard,
Mm-hmm.
taking black all the way to the top type shit. I would be so down for that.
I think you could do it. But as all things, when it comes to the being the top of the meta, excuse me, hey, all things going to the top of the meta as far as like being really good at something, being good at anything kind of sucks when it comes to having to uphold with the meta, because then you feel like you can't do things creatively, which you can't. You have to do things optimally, which sucks. But you start running into the strategies where you're like, this is the most boring strategy of all time. I hate this. Why is this in the game? But it's in the game. You just got to deal with it, and that's what makes just being being up there in the meta, or whatever you want to call it. What is it? Being a very competitive player in the game
Yeah.
gets you very
Some people
boring.
call them meta whores. That's what some other people call them.
Mm, yeah, I don't like that. I often try to just do my own thing or do my own version of it, but like, yo, people's personality is winning, and that's why they're gonna pick the strategy that works. And I get it, but it's boring. It's quite boring.
Well, in other news,
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you off?
decided to. Oh, I'm off work. Yeah,
Nice. All right.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Uh,
Decided to.
decided to get back into reading some Marvel comics because I'm very Marvel filled right now from
Yes.
the overwhelming amount of Marvel shit I'm consuming right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm being dramatic. My point is, started reading the Miles Morales comic
Uh-huh.
because I read the Storm comic and I was feeling extra black that day, so I decided to just read through what's black in Marvel, right?
Yeah.
And I'm reading Miles Morales, the new run, because Keenan was saying that was rocket. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I go to read it and I go to read it, and it's very interesting because one, I like the dialogue. It seems like some type of Sorry, I'm searching for things on Pinterest too. I'm just trying to make sure I got my search right.
Uh-huh.
The comic so far, one, the art's been fun. There's one thing about Western comics I will never like is that a lot of these comics do have an agenda in terms of what story they need to actually talk about,
Yeah.
right? So the pages are hyper focused on the pages are hyper focused on getting the story out, and you don't get that many fight scenes. The guy writing this run of Spider-Man um, is Cody Ziegler, the guy that was showing you like
Yeah.
fan discussions the other day.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Pussy? How you doing, man?
No, no, kid. Just want to hop in here and say hi.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah, I
Have
love
a
you
great
too,
stream,
man.
man.
All right, nigga.
Hope you're doing all right, man. All right.
Um, all right. It was like Cody Ziegler. I think that's his name,
Uh-huh.
right? So before I continue talking about Miles Morales Spider-Man, what's it called when a is it pounce when a lion is trying like they do that thing right before they jump on you?
Yeah.
It's called
I
pouncing.
mean,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, the jump is the pounce actually. So yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that term. What it is called. I'm uh I'm gonna give it a. I don't know.
I think I found what I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but let me see really doing it actually. Super annoying. That's just a Spider-Man pose. All right, the guy Cody Ziegler, the way he's writing the story is that eventually it does just come down to fighting,
Okay.
and at those points you actually do get fights. You just get fights at that point,
Yeah.
right? And they're okay. They're not horrible. They're not bad, and then sometimes they can be really cool.
Okay.
They're short and they're a little sweet, but yeah, I love how he's writing this Miles Morales. I don't like how busy the pages can be when they're trying to tell a story. But those moments in the story where it allows them to just make a fight scene,
Yeah.
are pretty cool. Like the one at the end of the arc, the first major like saga for him
Mm-hmm.
was like the Rabble saga because it went to like two different Marvel events. and it was all because of this character that Miles met, right?
Okay.
Like literally, she caused everything. But her reasoning for wanting to hate Miles is DC levels of petty, right? Like it's super petty how she does it. So in response to him, the minor thing that Miles did to her that makes her mad, he attempts to slaughter his entire family by blowing up his apartment building. Like she literally blows, like burns it down while his parents and his little sister are in there. After she thought she killed Miles, that's how she was about to play him. Miles
Mm.
came save the day, Spider-Man shit. You know what it is.
Yeah.
But she does that. Before she did that, she had kidnapped his girlfriend and his best friend and basically was torturing not Genki, but more so his girlfriend. And the girlfriend was told what her backstory was, and the girlfriend was like, "You must have lost your fucking mind. You're stupid. Are you for not getting to high school, dog? It's not that serious. It's really, Chris. It truly is a not within your control type reasoning. I'm not even going to go into full detail about it, but it's
Mm.
fucking dumb. But it's because of the capability of what she does, right? She hates this nigga. Like she really does. She really does not love this nigga. He doesn't want. She doesn't want to live. She wants him to talk to him. She wants to see that nigga bleed, right? To the
Mm.
point where at the end of the saga, they do get that one-on-one fight. She put Miles in a situation where it's like, if you don't fuck me up in these next like 90 seconds, every person outside dies, right? And there's nothing he could do. He can't go out there and save them from it, right? Because she was like mind controlling them. And then they just start throwing hands, like for real. Like they're going at it. She breaks his fucking arm in the coldest fucking exchange I've ever seen. But then Miles comes back. He's like, "Oh, I'm tripping." Hits the nigga with the manji kick. It's a really cool fight because they focused on the fight
Mm.
for this part of the series. And honestly, it was pretty fun. It's like you don't see that much in Western comics, especially because of the cursed scene from that Thor comic that I will not repeat. But I like when they do the fights in this series because they actually do fights, and it's not always readable because of the way Western comics have to stick a lot of story on the page. But when it is readable, shit, it's cool.
Look, man, I took a gander at that after you brought it to our attention in chat, and I went to go check out some of the stuff. And I'll admit that the art style is funny. You talking about you talked about the stuff as far as like when they don't fight, it gets hard to read. I feel like when they fight, it gets harder to read because when you slam somebody into the ground and then you got the sound effect bursting out of the panel and then you got the debris flying and all this other type of stuff, it's like, man, there's a lot of panels like that. I actually feel like when they're not fighting, it looks really cool. When they
Yeah, when they're
fight,
doing like
it gets a little hard to read, but I still appreciate that they like the art style looks fun and everything like that. But um, hey man, the most important thing to me is that you said it was fun. I feel like, because I'm gonna keep it a buck, a
mhm.
lot of Western comics, I haven't heard a lot of people speak about they being fun to read. And the stuff that I've seen, it's few and far in between when I find something like, yo, that was fun to read. I feel like there are some comics where they're really good comics. They're good. They're technically sound, right? Everything here works. But is it fun to read? No. But then you have some comics on the other side of that where they're not perfectly technically sound. They're not drawing better than like all these other people, right? But the comic is fun to read. They know the right amount of panels to put, the right amount of dialogue to put on a page, good character artwork, good fun expressions, and they kind of took a gamble with it, but those are the ones that end up being fun to read or fun to look at the artwork of. And obviously you have the ones where they're the perfect merging where you have the story and the writing is actually good and the art's on that level. Those are the ones that usually take the get the most attention, I would say. By the way, I also took a gander at some other things, and you already know I've been checking out Transformers, the run by Daniel Warren Johnson. Um,
I haven't even checked into I haven't checked the Daniel Warren Johnson comic yet, the Transformers one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Daniel Warren Johnson does like the first set of pages, if you will, and then some other guy takes over, but the other guy has the right amount of energy anyway, so it doesn't feel like you lose much, other than obviously, oh, this isn't drawn by Dan Warren Johnson, but he's still writing it, and he's still like coaching, I would say. So like what he's, what he wants visually out of the page, so you don't really lose anything. I'd say a person who's drawing it has crazy energy as well, really good artwork. I've enjoyed every bit of it that I've seen. And then I also heard someone online speak about. They spoke about how. Which comic was it? They spoke about how they liked this comic that was like, I guess, G.I. Joe. And I've never checked out a G.I. Joe comic. But that's in the same realm of what the Transformer stuff is doing. I think it's called like. I don't think it's called Energon. No, it's called Voids or something like that. Void Rivals or something. I don't know. It's all they all taking place around the same time right now. But cuz somebody from uh what is it called? The GI Joe series had found Starscream or something like that and repurposed them at some point. So they're all kind of merging what's going on in that event or whatever. But long
Yeah.
story short, there was this fight. There was this part where this dude named Destro was gonna go fight what's this dude named Cobra Commander?
Yeah.
And I checked out a couple of the comics before then because I liked the art from what they were talking about. So I was like, all right, let me go see like these previous issues or whatever. And for what I could see, art's fun. Art's fun. Again, less panels on a page. Artwork is, has energy. Inks look nice. Everything looks pretty fun to look at, I'd say. And I'm like, hold on, like maybe they starting to figure something out. It's been a while since I felt like they've been figuring anything out, so that's pretty dope.
This is the Starscream comic you're talking about?
No, I'm talking, huh? What'd
This
you
is a
say?
G.I. Joe comic you're talking about?
Yes, it's called yes, GI Joe Real American Hero 318, I think is what it was. Yeah, that was a series. That was the chapter they were specifically talking about, and I was just like, all right, well, this actually does look cool. Let me go check out what the previous ones look like. So, I think I'm gonna, if I could, I'm gonna go pick those up at the comic shop type thing because those look pretty fun.
Comic shop, which one? Oh,
Atomic
the one you were
Books.
talking about, right?
Yeah, Atomic
I've been meaning to
Books.
check that out. Actually, I, was considering
What's up?
when I caught up with this Miles run, I was just gonna go pick up the issues when they come out.
Uh huh.
Seemed like a fun little weekend thing to do, or like just to plan for it would be nice.
Yeah.
Shapes, gotta love them. Let me make this smaller. I need to do, I think, some dynamic figure setting
Mhm.
so I can. No, this is entirely too. Sorry, I am also drawing,
I
so
understand.
I'm rationalizing something to myself real quick.
Which is funny because I also am drawing, but it's less to figure out when you're this far on what I'm working on.
This seems like it would be fun. I'm starting to remember how it felt to draw on paper and applying it to digital. It's been really cool.
Hmm.
Um, Forgot about the way that I used to draw before because I haven't got a lot of chances lately to draw dynamically. It's
Why?
been interesting.
Talking
I'm
about
learning
like
how to.
where you were in your with your concept, with your story
No, I
concept.
mean, when I was drawing on pencil and paper, I had a very, very specific way about going about drawing my characters. And when I got the digital, because the space was basically infinite based on how big I made the canvas, these things I basically stopped doing, right, for a little bit.
Hmm.
And half the time I'm drawing, if I'm not drawing the comic, I am studying, or I'm just
Okay.
trying to make an easier way to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
But now I realize that I could just start trying to do things I used to do, which made me remember the things that I actually used to do. And now it's been really fun to draw lately. The
Nice.
art still sucks. Don't get the wrong idea.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll never suggest this on anybody. It's fun.
What?
Is it a fun skill to have? The drawing.
Oh, okay.
Is it fun to have this skill, bro? It is, man. Because you get to see your own reality. It's nice. It can be fun, enjoyable. Some lame shit other than what I'm about to say. Um, but this is stressful because I think to be able to perfectly replicate the vision you see in your head to paper is something I aspire to. And I don't think it's easy for any artist to do. And it's maddening. It's like the white whale of art, chasing perfection, essentially.
Well, that's why you
But
don't think about it perfectly in your head. You just put it on the paper.
hey, man, I don't think when I draw half the time, anyways.
Oh my goodness. You gotta fix that.
I'm fucking with you. Of course, I think when I draw. When I'm sketching, I don't think though. I'm mostly just trying to get visuals out of my head, and then I think about what I actually want to draw.
mm.
Okay, think I got that right. Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, I also haven't checked out The Moon is Falling yet. Been meaning to check it out, but I just haven't yet.
What
This is
now?
The Moon is Falling is the second series that I believe Daniel Warren Johnson is working on. He's writing it and drawing it with another friend of his.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. The
I did.
Moon is Following Us. I think is what it was called.
Yeah, the moon is following us.
Yeah. Art looks fun. Looks
Saw some
looks.
of it. I actually watched a little bit of the stream when he was working on it when he first originally announced it.
Yeah.
Around the time I was reading to a power bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was cool. I haven't looked into it mainly because I just want to kind of just pick some of the shit up at the comic book store.
Yeah. One of those things you already probably can tell will probably be good. You don't
Yeah,
really
it's like you
gotta.
want to go and get it instead of just get it.
Yeah. Can you hear this on screen?
What,
On
you
stream?
fucking your pencil up? Hell yeah, I can hear that.
Oh my god.
Are you drawing traditionally? Why is it making that sound?
I have a good screen protector.
You have a thick one. That is ridiculous how that sounds, Chris.
Um, so we're not sponsored, yet, but I use a screen protector called Paper Feel. Not Paper Like. We ain't rolling with that one over here. We got Paper Feel. It's a lot cheaper. And they give you two screen protectors in the package, and we go with that one. And I haven't needed to change the screen protector. I don't know, for more than like 7 8 months. So you know it's been a while since I've changed this, and I'm using a metal tip as well. So it probably could have lasted longer. So
Mm.
hey man, y'all over there at Paper Feel, man. Y'all want to hook me up with like one of your products? I got you. Like could be cool. But yeah, I like the screen protector. It's pretty cool.
I can't draw on a screen protector. Don't give me the glide I need.
But drawn on paper, like yeah, some friction on that.
Yeah, but I don't mind that because I don't mind destroying granite or whatever the fuck they're made of.
Did you say granite?
I don't know. Lead, that's the one.
Like yo.
And I don't mind breaking lead. I'm cool with that.
I don't mind destroying granite. It's like, yo, you talk about me and a screen protector. You destroying granite? That's all right,
That would be
man.
sick. I'd be very down for that.
All right, man. Maybe you don't need to draw what's in your head. You just need to draw. You're gonna be too powerful just drawing.
I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. I'll be a good person.
Be careful, that man can destroy granite when he draws.
That would be pretty cool.
Kaido dodge. No, why I gotta dodge? Kaido dodge. He's just gonna draw on me like. A man died that day. What happened?
Interesting
Tried to draw.
cards I got today.
I didn't even open up my pack yet. Speaking of that, I heard about people talking about it in the Discord and was like, "Oh, really? Oh, cool."
What? I want it.
The thing with the Teppen legendary pack where they give you 5 legendary cards.
What about it?
That was it. I mean, basically there was a event, and if you played the game for a certain amount of time, yesterday was the last day where it would check all your stats and basically award you with the legendary pack.
You a legendary pack dummy.
Mm.
All right. Hmm. Who is tagging me and shit? Ooh, part of my Frenchie.
Trying to
Haha.
just get
Would
these.
you look at that?
What's up?
I like you. I got the draw that I wanted.
Okay, cool. Trying to just get these drawings up to par before I start like trying to ink them. Because I think for the most part I can kind of go from these and start inking them, but I do need them to get it to a certain point. Trying to do as much work as I can do tonight and then tomorrow, and then I think I should be able to get this done honestly in like a day or two.
With the rest of the pages.
Yeah.
You said a day or two.
Yeah. Good. I could.
How many pages do you have left?
I just have to do I have to finish up drawing this one, which I'm almost done now. And then I have to go over to the other ones, which I feel like are even better than these ones, as far as them being neat. And then I just have to start inking things. So, if there's like one panel, like that one panel I talked about in the beginning of the stream, that needs to be worked on, like I can still start inking everything around it, and then come back to it and finish it up later. It's not like gonna stop me and slow me down.
Hell yeah. Man.
I ran into the pages of the end of Vagabond again recently. Someone shared them on like Facebook,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, "Oh yeah, I love this guy's work. Why do I love his work again?" Then I was like, "Oh yeah, because he's just really good at like making scenes. It doesn't. Takehiko Inoue makes comics that feel like movies. Like, I don't know how to even explain it better than that. Like, when he does something different with his techniques, it feels like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm supposed to look at this moment a little bit longer, you know? Or, oh, okay, like, he's really good at, like, these nuanced expressions as well. When something subtle happens and the character pays attention and notices. It's like you like the art, but also you're paying attention to the character and how they are interacting in that moment, and figuring something out. So you like watching them watch their brain work type thing, figure something out, and then also you're appreciating the art at the same time. But basically, it just feels like a bunch of moments you get to kind of take in. Feels very. It feels like meditating. I don't know how to explain it. Like it feels very much like you're looking inward instead of just looking at the characters. Um, I can't say that for any other comic book artist. Other comic book artists, I'm looking at their stuff and I see their technique and I see their skill, and I go, okay, they're looking really hard at a photo, and they figured out how to render that thing or whatever it is, or whatever, you know. But where it comes to the complete package of just having this character feel like alive while also be like, this is a moment to experience and not just see on a piece of paper or a screen. That's a different level. It's a different level. These hands look crappy here, but we can still make them work.
God, this is such a shitty hand. Why did I snap?
Are you playing? Oh, you're playing Marvel Snap, right? Why did I
God damn
snap?
it. Well, let's see if I get lucky.
Remember DC Dual Force?
Hmm.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah, it was called Trash Force.
Oh my. I was like, hey man, I think that game you were talking about just came out. What? It's out already? I was like, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. Yeah, I just looked it up. It said it's about to close down in like 2 weeks. What? Yeah, man. Like, what happened? I thought it just came out. I think my favorite part was like,
The voice acting.
yes, when everything was like messed up, and then we heard Batman's voice, and we was like, hey yo, what's happening right now, man?
It was just an annoying thing that happened.
I just think
And
it was funny because he was trying to do his best, you know. I forget the dude's name. You know his name. He's trying to do his best impression of the guy, but it just wasn't hitting. Main Batman, a voice actor, who passed away as
I'm
well.
kind of worried.
Yeah, just as this ain't it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Who beat me there?
All right, that's enough. I can just start because I know that the last one is already ready to go. But I have a middle panel here to kind of do some small drawings. You know what? I can kind of rough in some stuff here, but just a little bit. It's funny. I respect and love this dude's work a lot, but I still have not gone back and been like, let me go finish Slam Dunk, cause I'm whack, and I know. But I
Glad you
but
said it because I
but
didn't feel like doing it at the
but
time.
I've gone and read Vagabond, and I'm willing to reread Vagabond right now, and I will
I love
never
this
read
picture.
real ever.
Never.
I will never read real.
I like myself a little bit too much to put myself through that.
The moment I read real, no, I said I would never read it right, but the moment I read real, y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna be like, Y'all gonna be like, what happened? Wasn't he supposed to stream that day? Like, what happened to him? Hey man, I'm gonna just post a picture of the cover somewhere on social media, and everybody just gonna be like, hey man, you gonna need some tissues, man? You good? I'm be like, no, I'm not good, man. I'm not good. I don't even know these people, man. These people not even real. Oh no, I did the thing. No,
What thing?
these people not even real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Excuse me?
Oh, I should never watch that video. I didn't realize it was so loud.
Whoa.
That motherfucker was probably watching. He planned that. He planted that.
Man.
Delos G.
I'm thinking of this dude's name. I still have. It's funny. It's almost like once I get a comic, that's when I don't read it or something. It's like I appreciate it longer, so I'm not like trying to hurry up and finish it. But I still have the Catwoman uh Darwin Cook book, and I'm still slowly, very very slowly working my way through it. But I'm like, I should have finished this by now. But I don't give myself a chance to like work through things as far as those things go. It feels like a chapter out of Reddit. I mean, I've already read several chapters inside of it, but like, I'm surprised that I haven't finished it completely yet. But it's been a pretty cool ride. It's definitely one of those books that feels like efficiency over everything. So it's good as far as like efficiency goes. There's some fun to be had here and there, but it has more of a classic feel to it more than a fun feel to it, if that makes sense.
For what comic?
The Catwoman book by
The
Darwin
Darwin
Cook.
Cook book. Something
Yeah.
in the city, right?
Huh? Siren of the City?
It's
Um,
something city.
it's
The one when
relevant.
she's older.
I'm not
Is
sure.
that the one you're talking
I'm not sure if it's that.
about? Oh well. Useless information. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Too bad. I'm not really looking for. I think right now I can't stand a serious comic book for the life of me, man.
A serious one.
Anything that's trying to tell me something.
Hmm.
It's like I already know this is happening and I can't change it in this world. Either fix it or don't talk about it.
Ah.
I don't know. I'm done with metaphors or all that stuff.
You're interested in escapism right now.
I am very much. But I'm also, I want them to talk like real people
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that. And if it happens, it simply just happens. I'm going to accept it. So, yeah.
Have you been reading Ichi the Witch?
No, I am. Wait, why? Are you asking me that?
Why am I asking you that? Because I have not been reading it, but it
How do you know
is
about it?
because a certain artist working on it, who we all was like, yay, a second chance for them to get back out here and do their thing.
Oh, this is the artist for Act Age.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I like it so much. I was
Yeah.
reading it. I forgot
Okay.
about it.
Oh wow. Yeah. Good. Hey, that's fine. Yeah.
Like me and Tommy were talking about it when it was coming out, and then I stopped talking about it because it was like, oh, there's so little chapters and so little time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
Now they're up to 19, from what I heard.
19 chapters for real.
Yeah.
I'll continue to wait. Oh wow, would you look at that? I just learned something.
So I
Hmm?
took a I took a gander at like what was going on in that's my word tonight, guys. Gander. But
What day?
I took a look at what was going on with the Wolverine book, and people online are very much like, what is going on over here, man? Like people are like, how is this book so whatever? Like this was supposed to be a great book. This is supposed to be a great project. You got what's his name, Jonathan Hickman on this book. Story should be pretty good. You know, this is Jonathan Hickman we're talking about, and you got Greg Capullo. How is it that this book is not hitting type thing? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. From what I'm looking at, I'm like it seems kind of like the writer or whoever concepted the idea for this project didn't have much to say about this character and what they wanted them to do. And that makes me really like, dang, like how'd you do that? Hickman's one of the, if not the best modern Marvel writer. Am I off?
No,
Okay.
I'd say the only one close to him is what is that guy's name? I'm just
Tom
gonna look
King.
it up really quickly. Fuck ass no.
Oh, people don't like Tom King. My bad.
Yeah, but also he did Mr. Miracle. He has that forever. Um, that's about it. All right, Al Ewing.
Oh, okay.
He does the Immortal series, and honestly, I like the way that he writes them
Uh
because
huh.
it's about making that specific character epic, which is
Okay.
really cool. I think he's been doing a good job, but I also haven't finished reading the Thor comic. That
Okay.
reminds me, I should finish reading the Thor comic.
But yeah, man, and Capullo's obviously insanely good because of all of his experience, and he just came off of Dark Knight's Metals, and he basically drew that whole book. Like he basically drew that whole event, including what was it? Something of owls. I have the book somewhere.
Cordalis?
Yeah, Court of Owls. Yeah, and I'm just like, dude has been around forever. Dude has so much experience drawing so many different things when it comes to action, team books, all this stuff. So basically, a lot of people are like, how are you wasting the talent of Capullo drawing this book? And I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad, but from what I looked at, I was just like, they might be right. This ain't really hitting. I don't know why, but like, I can't say, hey, why did you choose to draw this Capullo when he didn't? You feel me? You get what I'm saying? I can't say, hey, why did you make this the scenario Capullo when he didn't? Right? Because
Hmm.
all he did was draw it. Like the best he could do was like make it look as cool as possible, make it visually work, and he has all the skill set to do that. So I'm just like, this idea just ain't. This idea ain't really much of anything. Like, I mean, on paper maybe it is, but like no, like, nah, it ain't that to me. So I kind of looked elsewhere. I'm still haven't gotten into. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get into it because the artwork is amazing. It's great. Um, Ultra Mega.
You know, Pooch has been telling me to get into that shit,
Yeah,
and I have been forgetful.
yeah,
It's like I want to own those copies, so maybe that's half the reason I don't want to do it that
yeah.
much. I haven't bought into it yet, but I haven't had time to buy comic shit in minutes, so that's also another thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, who else has?
No one, no one that I know of.
You really gotta put planning into it to properly do any type of purchase nowadays. That sucks.
Yeah, with the apocalypse on on the horizon, you gotta be ready for anything. Who knows how much How many iPhones we're gonna have to sell in order to afford eggs next week?
That shit is crazy.
Like, man, yo, your phone got TikTok? Yo, you can sell that joint for like 3K right now. Like,
Oh
what?
wow. It's still off the App Store?
Yeah, it's still off the App Store.
Oh, that's funny. I deleted it.
Oh, oh man, it's
I wish I
crazy.
knew that. I would have sold the fuck out of my phone.
The tactics, man. Tactics. You always gotta be ready. Oh yeah, man. I want to tell you about a show. Well, you already probably have known about it since I posted about it in fan discussions. But like, I still would like you to know about this show. It's called Silo, man.
Oh, what? Silo?
Yeah, Silo.
That live action?
Yep.
What about it?
My post was. I'll repeat my post from my head, but my post was, man. I watched the second season, episode 1 of Severance, and then Silo just came on. And I was like, well, might as well watch it because I didn't really care for the second season, episode 1 of Severance too much. I thought it was fine, but it wasn't hitting too much for me, you know. Anyway, I
No, I
watched
get you.
first episode of Silo. And then I watched the whole season of Silo, season 1.
Hmm.
And then I started Silo season 2 in one night, in one day. And then we had to stop because the wife was like, this is crazy. We got to stop. We watched so many episodes of this joint. And then we got halfway through season 2 before we actually took a break.
Yeah, that's
And then
pretty
we
funny.
took a break about maybe 2 days. And then after that, we finished all of season 2. And then season 2, episode 2 of Severance came out. I have not seen that episode yet.
Me neither.
I'm a bit full.
You're really crushing through Silo.
No, it's
What
over. I'm done. Like we in the books now.
is it? A sci-fi show?
It's on Apple. It's on yeah. It's a
No,
sci-fi show.
I've
Yeah.
seen it before, but it's a sci-fi show.
Yeah.
Good sci-fi.
Yeah, man. They doing a. The best thing about the show to me is how much effort they're putting into making the silo a thought through location in the show. It is. They're doing a good job, and all the character drama and all the writing and all this type of stuff. It's like you've seen this type of concept before, but like, because if you check out sci-fi, if you read books, if you all the stuff we've done, video games even, right? You've seen this concept, but the way they're executing on it on a live action show is really freaking good. It's really well done. The season finale is so dope. The season finale is so good. I was like, I'm getting mistreated on other streaming platforms. This is the season finale. This is amazing. And then season 2, episode 1 is like, yes, this is the type of season like opening I want. Like, this is great. Like, we had to get into the books essentially. So the wife was like, all right, I'm gonna look into it. We going, go on Amazon, do this, do that, and start looking into the books or whatever. And she started reading a little bit, and then she found out they're similar but different, but they're both good. And the writing is like poetry type stuff. Certain places, it's good, man. Really appreciate good writing, man. It's when you find it. When you find it, though,
Yeah, you don't find it a lot, but yeah, I'll probably give that a watch. I was just going through watching a random comedy I saw on there
Uh huh.
that has uh, some pretty decent actors actually, but it has the dude from Community on there, which is half the reason I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very silly, non-consequential show, but I really like Shrinking, Ted Lasso, Severance. I had a really good time with it.
Yeah.
and I'm excited about the new season.
Yeah.
I just am lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say lazy. I just don't feel like watching it right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point is that not so bad for a fly guy. What? Shut
All
up,
right.
Chris. What am I saying? Um, I don't mind. I think Apple TV has been pretty good. I feel like they have a lot of quality shows, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt that that's a good show. I kind of wish they had more comedies personally, but that's because I like comedies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a sci-fi type of guy,
Oh, I like sci-fi too.
and
Don't
if you're gonna give me
get it
some
twisted.
sci-fi to actually like, you're gonna, and even about like twists and turns necessarily, it's about execution on what you're trying to do. Like that's always my thing. Oh, and actually, you know how people will be like, oh, like it's time to milk this content type thing and like have
Mhm.
nothing happen, but like like force people to think something's gonna happen. That's basically what streaming services have become for most things
Yeah.
that they have on it, honestly. So
They just imply shit's gonna happen, and then you watch people talk about it for like 12 episodes.
yeah, yeah. Same thing. I felt like I didn't hear, I didn't check it out yet, but to know that what's the name of this show? What's the name of the show where everybody, this description about to be crazy, where everybody go on the game to win some money, but like,
Squid Game.
thank you, like you, I ain't even had to go crazy with the description, but to hear that that joint is basically split in half, and like they kind of have more to show of the same season or of the same plot, like they made it longer. I'm just like, no, bro, like why can't things have a conclusion properly anymore? You know, why are you egging things on? Let things get to a beginning, middle, end, and be done. But again, that's what streaming feels like these days, anyway. Definitely like Netflix shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there with because I haven't checked it out yet at all. I plan on checking it out, but I just haven't. What's the name of that show? Star Wars something?
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew. Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet, but it seems like people didn't like it. I can't tell.
It was pretty
How did
good.
you like it? Yeah, I was about to say because I know y'all watched some of it in chat.
I watched some of it in chat, and what I could say is that that show is exactly what Star Wars was missing. Some fucking charm.
Uh
Like
huh.
it's all about these kids who get blasted away from their homes because they were exploring some type of place they weren't supposed to on their planet,
Uh huh.
and then they get stuck in space with a killer robot, basically,
Okay.
that they now control. So they end up on this pirate ship with this guy. I haven't gotten that far into it past the first couple episodes,
Okay.
right? That's like I think first two episodes you find this out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a kids show.
Yeah.
It's for kids. If your kid was young enough where they would be interested in Star Wars, then you have this show that shows the Star Wars universe as the universe and not the war.
Mmm.
It's good.
Word.
People are so obsessed with making sure there is some conflict in these fucking Star Wars movies. There don't need to be conflict because if everything is conflict, then I don't care ever what they're fighting for. I don't care about
Right, because
the world. And
you never get to know what they lost.
yeah, or what they're
Like
fighting for, and the
yeah,
war's not
exactly,
even there anymore.
exactly. You're right. I mean, that is always been the problem I would say with Star Wars, or one of the big problems. If you don't see what the regular life is like, or when you show me the regular life and it's crap, it's like, well, who cares?
Yeah,
Like you know,
but that's what the
like,
prequels were doing. They were showing you, but yeah, but it was boring.
I mean, no, the prequels did a good job. Yeah, there were boring parts. I'll agree, but also no, because every time you look in the prequels, it's not. What are you seeing that's good? Like, what do you show me someone who's like living a good life who gets screwed over? Then I can kind of care. You can't show me someone who's like, I mean, I'm not going into Anakin because we know his life and we know who he becomes and we know why that was the thing. But if you pick someone outside of Anakin, you get like people in Coruscant, and it's like okay, but then you learn more about the problems with Coruscant and the city and how it runs over time, and then you go like, oh, people at the top of Coruscant are kind of like crappy because like they don't give a crap about what's going on at the bottom of Coruscant, you know, and it's like there's a lot of political things. It's like, yo, you gotta show me someone off world, off of all these other planets that are like doing something different, because it feels like if war hasn't made it to them, then sad, depressing things have made it to them. So if sad, depressing things are already happening to them, and then a Sith Lord shows up and does more crap to them, it doesn't feel much like they've lost anything, you know, like because they didn't have much to begin with. But when you show me someone who is living a fun life, oh my god, like where are the Ferris wheel type places? Where's the fun parks at in Star Wars?
Where are the casinos?
Oh, no, not the casinos.
You see what I mean?
I mean,
Star Wars fans
there's
are afraid to
definitely
change.
casinos somewhere, but like I'm sure Han Solo has shot somebody at the casino and messed the whole casino. But you know they shot first, so that's why, you know. But
They didn't.
that's the joke, man. But I don't know, man. It's just where's the
There's
fun?
no character in Star Wars that I'm just like, oh my god, you're so cool. He really influenced me. No one in that series does that.
So
There's
I
only
guess
one person who even comes close. I mean, maybe two, and that's Grievous and Obi-Wan, because I think they're exchanging like Phantom Man. What is it?
fucking
Clone Wars and fucking
that
Episode
just
3.
curse. I think I
Pretty funny.
cursed. Fucking Grievous, bro.
You don't like Grievous?
Grievous.
Yeah. You don't like Grievous, bro?
The
Why
robot
don't you like
guy
Grievous?
who spins the lightsabers.
Oh yeah, it's strange that Adil likes the robot character who steals Jedi stars like lightsabers, and he's learned to be a fucking Sith Lord from what's his name, Sir,
Yeah, we get it. Look, listen.
whatever.
Look, listen.
So
You would now be relegated to the corner. All right. We ain't
you don't like
messing with. Look.
you don't like
No,
Grievous, nigga?
I
You
no.
crazy?
Let me explain to you something. I don't like Grievous in the live action movies because who gives a shit? But Grievous in the cartoon version that Gendy Tartakovsky directed, if we got that version of Grievous, oh man, that'd have been different. You see, Grievous never
Man,
looked
I didn't
scary.
say specifically to the movie. I just like Grievous, nigga. He's a robot with 4 arms and 4 lightsabers, nigga. It's not that complicated, bro.
I hear you, bro. But like, he wasn't around that long until he got demolished by Obi-Wan. To me, maybe I'm off.
He
Maybe
was
I
in
don't
2 of those movies, nigga. What
He
are you
wasn't
saying?
memorable in both of them. He was memorable when he was getting beat up. That was about it for me.
That's
But
not a bad thing for a villain character, man.
I
I don't really
understand,
care
but
to see them win all the time.
all I'm saying is he, like a lot of those characters who didn't have enough screen time, he lacks some personality. He lacks some presence. He lacks something there. But we got that from a thing that he hardly talked in.
Oh, you just
I
man, bro.
I'm just
You
saying
only
he
don't
got
like
he
him.
got aura in the Gendy Tartakovsky version.
I
He
know what
don't-
you're talking
he don't-
about.
he
But
don't
he don't
got
gotta
it.
be cool for me to like him. He's just a robot, nigga. Like, what's the problem?
Look, I like robots too. They're cool. I do think that
No, you
robots
don't,
are cool.
because you don't like Grievous. You're a hater. You're certified.
Grievous is not that cool. I'm sorry.
Grievous is a robot who coughs because he got a fucking organ condition with lungs. Also, 4 swords, and he says General Kenobi. Come on. Come on. He's like, hello there, General Kenobi. He started whipping out the lightsabers. I'm like, I don't care if he wins the fight. It's
Oh
so
my
lit.
god, I don't care if he wins the fight, man.
I never
I hear
did,
you.
bro.
Look, I hear you.
It's like,
My favorite characters are Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker, both versions.
Imagine
I'm
having an
not going.
opinion, bro.
I'm not going. Both versions. For people who don't know, you know what I'm saying. And Asajj Ventress.
I
Um,
thought she was your favorite.
Asajj Ventress is not fair. She's a great character for what she was able to accomplish, what she did. Her story off screen is also interesting, but her story on screen, the stuff they actually showed us, it's also fun. Like the fact that she was able to fight both, she was able to fight both Obi-Wan and Anakin at the same time and hold her own. It like they didn't just destroy her. I think that her skill is amazing, and I also think it's funny that like with the way the rule of two seems to work, she just wasn't able to get all the training that she possibly could have. She could have been even stronger, but her storyline, they just had to make sure that she only went so far. And also, she did that kiss of death joint, and that kiss of death joint is different. I think it's a pretty cool thing. It's like a very specific fatality that she has, that she did on a clone. You know
Now
about
hold
it?
on now.
Do you know about it?
I don't know about that, but here's my thing, right? You only wish she was Grievous, bro. It's okay.
Say it
Grievous
again.
didn't have that issue. You only wish she was Grievous, bro.
Grievous didn't have what issue?
No, you just wish she was Grievous, bro.
That's crazy, man. Nah.
Just because Grievous is a good character, you're just mad. You're a fucking
I'm
hater,
not
bro.
saying that Grievous isn't a good character, but I kind of look at Grievous through the lens of the live action joint and not through
And
like
that's where he said, General Kenobi, come on.
I hear you,
Damn.
but he didn't make people he didn't have the Madara effect like he did in the
I
cartoon.
don't need a character to be
He
the wackest character in
he
Naruto for me to like them.
look, I'm not saying I'm not doing it like that. Look,
Madara
listen,
effect,
man.
my
I'm just
ass.
saying his whatchamacallit preceded him. His prowess preceded him. He was out there and they was losing their minds, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't even had to do much. He was scaring them Jedi, you know what I'm saying? And then when he was ready to fight, he still beat him. He was fighting multiple Jedi at the same time. It was pretty cool, man. He was taking their lightsabers and everything, taking people out. I don't know, man. I just thought it was directed very well. It was very cool. Do you have aura? And if if he was gonna show up, man, he was gonna have be problems for other characters, man. I think that's pretty cool. He had a lot more aura, man. That's all I'm saying.
You're not wrong, but also I don't give a fuck.
All right,
Sorry.
man. Okay.
Look, I like both versions of him because everything Grievous is good Grievous, but I don't disparage. Like I'm not going to disparage the movie version because the movie version is the one I met first, and is the reason I was even interested enough to even find that Clone Wars shit because he's cool. He just got that sauce on him. He don't got aura. He's a robot with 4 arms doing Jedi shit because he simply thinks it is the way to fight in this universe, and that's what he decides on. And then he has a master for some reason. Robots are treated like people in this place. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. It's like they should do droids again because they're so interesting. And no, they're all a little clowny and have the weird voice. I don't give a fuck about that. It's the fact that these are like alive robots. They can do so much more with that shit. But
Mm.
droids are regulated to fucking psychics, and that's boring.
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Grievous did have. Grievous was technically like a cyborg, wasn't he? Because
All the droids were.
he still had his brain.
Yeah, all the droids did.
Fun.
Anyways,
Fun little
I
universe.
think Star Wars is dumb because what you don't like the Skeleton Crew show? You don't think the nice little kitty show?
Are you
That's such a
talking about the
dumb
fan base
thing.
right now? Cause I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
They didn't like Alkalite, bro. There was a guy who fucking headbutted a fucking lightsaber in that show,
Look,
but
man,
they didn't like it. Come
I'm gonna tell
on.
you this, man. People ain't gonna like nothing in Star Wars because everything has to be. It can't be. Things can't go away from the supposed canon. That's the weakness of Star Wars, and people say that is the reason why they don't like stuff because well, it's what George Lucas would have wanted, and he did this and he did that, and it's like okay, and that's what made the series popular, and that's what made the series sell. So if you're gonna put something out and attach it to the canon, you can't also include things that go away from the canon because that puts plot holes in the system, right? My thing is, I feel you, but also you could also say there are parts of this that I do like, but instead of saying that, they say I hate it completely. Even the parts that are good, even the parts that are interesting, even the parts that are fun, they don't like those any of it because they just can't accept it. And that's what's sad to me because you could actually do something with the parts that were good and the parts that were fun, but instead they got to downvote, they got to like hate watch it or whatever it's called, you know, just to do what they do. And I enjoyed parts of that. Like, it
I don't
definitely
even
isn't
like the original
perfectly
movies
canon.
that much for them
Yeah,
to be acting with that. The original movies are not nowhere near as good as the later content.
I
Outside
think.
of like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Not Return of the Jedi.
some. Yeah,
What is it called? The second one? Revenge of the Sith?
we no, you see you
No, that
talk
was the
no,
third
you're
movie.
talking about the you said the original movies. The original movies are further than the prequels or whatever.
Oh, no, 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 I'm talking about.
You said prequel just now. That was like Revenge of the Sith.
No, I wasn't trying to say prequel. I was trying to say the second of the original trilogy.
Okay.
The
Um.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Okay. That's the
Empire.
first.
Yeah.
That's the one of the first. Yeah, couple ones. Yeah.
Empire is the one that I'm just like, yeah, that's a good movie, straight up. That,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that like it deserves all the praise it gets. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
like everything else, it's like personal preference at that point. And the hate on all this new shit robs Star Wars of the ability to grow the fuck up and change and adjust. And at this point, because the fans are so thick-headed, you know, eventually, these fans are going to find out that they could just watch Gundam and be treated right. Isn't that crazy?
They're not going to watch Gundam, Adele.
That's what you say.
Huh?
That's what you think.
They're not going to watch it.
Look, man, there were people playing that Gundam game
Why would they?
because
Why would they
robots, man.
watch? No, they don't. We don't like Grievous over here. All right. So there you go. I
You
killed that.
don't. You don't.
Nah, no, 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 no. People who like Gundam
Imagine not
like
liking robots.
Grievous.
Such a dumb thing to
No,
be.
people who like Gundam like Grievous. Okay, but Star Wars fans didn't watch Gundam, so they don't like Grievous. Okay, the fan base is split in 50-50. All right, they're not about to go find Gundam. They gonna stay over there. It's like, no, I don't really know. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Well,
But
Gundam is just Star Wars if they had character moments.
look, man,
But
I
also, if
just
there's a place that I would want to live, and I'm on. Some
unfortunately
people.
both universes suck to some degree, to a decent
No, I
degree.
mean like it's the way that the wars are and shit like that are so insane. It's like
Yeah,
what is even the point of being alive?
yeah, yeah.
But it's the ones that matter are the words not coming to mind. But what's really important is I would like to live in the colonies. They look kind of nice.
Mm.
All the places look really nice. All before the 1 year war and shit. I would like to live in the colonies because they looked cool enough to live in.
Um, I'm not very far in Gundam. I've only completed the original joint, and then I watched Thunderbolt, and those are the only two things that I've completed of Gundam. I think I basically completed the origin stuff, along with obviously the OG series, and I've checked out Gundam Thunderbolt. And either one of those don't look fun to live in. Like, it doesn't matter which one. They both would suck to experience. I would, you'd hope to be born outside of this conflict, but that's not probably a thing. And then you got to worry about, being on a planet that politically doesn't align with the empire, and out of nowhere you just get snuffed out your whole planet. He's just chilling somewhere. What's that bright light, big sis? Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Ah, he just
Star Wars is so fucking light.
it's like, oh my god.
Look, I think going through that is a better experience than having have a colony dropped on you. At least
Man,
it's
shut up,
instant
because
death.
they did the
At least
same thing. They did a space laser that
no,
went across and
they didn't
shot
do
all
no
the
space laser.
planets.
They dropped a colony on the planet, so the planet would survive the impact, but the surfers would just got utterly fucked. Rather, the whole
Nah, you're
planet
not
just
understanding
goes
which
bye
moment I'm
bye.
talking about. I'm talking about that the dude who's the son of the Duke or whoever, and he lined that joint up and he shot across space and time or whatever, and he hit all of them people.
I mean, the ship from the Last Jedi
My bad, he
when they destroyed
killed
the solar system.
my bad, he killed all those people from they were in the spaceships or whatever. Am I off? And he killed like the whole fleet, including some of his own fleet, including his
Are you talking about
dad.
Gundam?
Yes.
Are you talking about that laser? That shit right there? That's the war. But the war is
Mm.
fine being the war because the war just don't start. There's still like you get some time to appreciate that there's a
Mm.
livable verse here,
Okay.
and it's easy to understand with the way they do it. Everything in Star Wars looks like it's on fire or looks incomprehensible for some reason.
No, there's Coruscant.
I don't I don't know what Coruscant, bro. I'm sorry, it's just not in me.
Coruscant is where the Jedi Temple eventually goes or whatever.
This shit looks like baby's first 3D edited scene. That's what that shit look like.
Don't do that, bro. It
It
looks
look like
nice.
fake Asgard.
It looks nice, and Asgard does not come close. Don't do that.
Asgard doesn't come close to Coruscant.
Yeah. Coruscant
What
is
you been
the
smoking, bro? Because I want to smoke whatever you are.
Coruscant is the jewel of the Star Wars universe, man.
I understand the Jew. Isn't it blown up? Didn't it get devastated?
When? Which one?
I don't know. I don't know enough about Star Wars to make this comment.
I
You know more than
mean,
me.
I mean, maybe. Look, man, it looks great at the top. That's all I'm saying. It looks great at the
Star
top
Wars fans
and looks
are
horrible
lame
at the
and
bottom.
corny. They like bad movies. They like the chicken boiled instead of fried. They're like that.
Boiled chicken is not so bad, but baked chicken is
Boiled
even better.
chicken, baked chicken is better than boiled chicken. Fried chicken is better than both of them.
In what way?
Fried chicken is not better than boiled and baked chicken. Are you good?
Baked chicken is amazing. It's immaculate. I think that
Baked chicken is great. Fried chicken fucks, man. I don't know what to
fried
tell you.
chicken
Sorry
is
for my
great,
language.
but I'm not gonna keep eating fried chicken all the time. I would eat more baked chicken than all of those. Is all I'm saying. And that's our show, everybody. Be sure to tune into the next stream, which will be Saturday, actually, which will be past this month. And I'll be doing updates on social media, on Blue Sky, Twitter, and probably Facebook. But we don't talk about Facebook because I don't. But on Blue Sky and Twitter, and I'll be showing you guys my progress as I go forward, and hopefully I'll be able to finish all these pages in time. I have a lot of these pages already roughed out. They're almost completely drawn, and I'll be able to start inking them probably later on tonight and tomorrow. So hopefully I'll make some good progress, but I'll keep you guys updated. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.